Welcome to the first how-to, because yes you can, damn it, yes you can. It's not like out of reach. Yeah, so I'm just gonna wait see if anybody pops on. I'm a little early. Got my White Clawing it up, y'all. Just gotta see what's happening. You can probably hear Val in the background. Hello, whoever has joined. Gonna wait a little bit because I don't have an actual clock handy to know what time it is, so whoever's on is gonna need to tell me that I should probably start. If you're on, if you're watching, say hello so I know you're here, because it's quiet. It's quiet and lonely. Yeah. So hopefully you are well. Hopefully all is well with you. I'm going to get myself situated here. I sort of got things in order before I started as best I could, because I figured I would just kind of go ahead and show some tricks. I'm rolling up my sleeves so you know it's getting serious over here. I'm probably gonna have to swatch my arms, so I foresee that happening. But yeah, so eyeliner, right? What an intro. What an intro that was. Yeah, so there was a request for kind of like more like how to do eyeliner stuff. And I actually don't feel like I'm super good at it usually. So if I can do it, if I can fake it at least, then there's hope. It doesn't have to be that hard. And so I kind of thought it would be fun to kind of go through my evolution of eyeliner, and sort of do a little bit of a story time. So, whenever I was in middle school, I was in choir, and this is my first eyeliner story, like, ever. And really my first adventures, like, really into makeup at all. Especially makeup that was, like, what I thought was really cool, like, my aesthetic. And so, I was in middle school, I was in choir, and we had to sing a song, it was Sweet Dreams. We had to sing Sweet Dreams, and some of us got to do a dance to it with black lights on, and so we had, like, white gloves, and I can't remember what else was going on, but we had white gloves, and it was that song. It was the Sweet Dreams song that we were singing in middle school choir, and for it, they had, like, some makeup for everyone, and one of the things was, like, literally, like, not even a brand on this eyeliner stick. It was a pencil. I'm not even kidding. It was maybe, like, that big. Looked like a kid's crayon at a restaurant. And if I recall, I think it was actually, like, the outside of it was green. Like, it looked like a crayon. Like, it looked like a colored pencil. The outside was green, and the inside was a black, like, eyeliner. It was a black eyeliner pencil. And so we used that, and that was the first time I'd ever used eyeliner, period, on my eyes. And I was like, I want more of this. And so I took it. I took it, the eyeliner, home with me. I snuck it home, and I would use it at home, and I would wear it to school, and I felt very rebellious, and I'm pretty sure my mom didn't like it. I'm pretty sure she told me, like, you can't wear that, because I wanted to. And that was like the furthest outside of the rules that I would go. Was like what I wore and what I looked like was the rules I wanted to break, kind of, I guess. Any other rule, I was like, no, that's a rule, and I'm gonna follow that rule. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, when it came to like dressing a certain way and doing like really gothed out stuff, I really wanted to do it, and just really like extra things. But yeah, so that's my eyeliner story. And so I kind of wanted to walk through the different kinds of eyeliners there are, because you can get a lot of the same looks. You don't have to use liquid eyeliner if that's intimidating to you. So I guess that's kind of like lesson number one. If like liquid eyeliner is just like too intense for you and you're like, that is not for me, that is rough, that's okay. Like, don't get it. Don't do that yet. You can kind of fake it with just a pencil if that's what you're comfortable with. One of the things I actually started to get good at with eyeliner, or at least how I got more adventurous to do it myself, I don't actually have the product anymore that I used to use. It was a cream. It was similar to my Immortal eyeshadow base, but it was black, and it was just like a cream eyeliner. And I would use that. I would compare it to like brow gels now. Like, it came like pretty much in the same kind of thing, but what was really key was the brush I found. And I've had this brush for, good God, like probably a decade. And this is like one of my favorite brushes. It was like just a drugstore. It's a Revlon brush, but what was really, really cool is this point here. So this little angled, very thin line here is how I started to kind of experiment with that cat eye effect. I think what made this really user-friendly and very helpful for me in the beginning was that I could kind of see where it was gonna go. So I knew, okay, if I put it here, it's gonna end up like that. So if you kind of want to start getting adventurous and venturing out into liquid eyeliner, start with maybe gel first, like I did. And I used just this little very thin, very angled little pointy brush to help with that. Another cool thing about this particular brush is this little other side. I normally don't, like anymore, I don't get brushes that do this just because it's not very good for cleaning them. But this has a little smudger line, so if you're not wanting it to be like a very clean line, or if you want to kind of smudge the bottom here, this little brush is really nice for that. But yeah, so pro tip number one, if you want to start adventuring into the eyeliners, this little brush like this, very helpful. Trick number two that I wanted to share with people is that, like, whoops, don't mind the things below the curtain here that are falling. Another thing that I've seen people do that I've done before, like, especially if I'm, like, I know I'm in a hurry and I don't have time to, like, mess up, is tape. Now, I have used this kind of tape, like just regular Scotch tape, before, and I wouldn't recommend a good tape. Like, it sounds bad, but I wouldn't recommend using like really good tape for this. I would get like a very cheap tape of some sort that doesn't stick very well, as bad as that sounds. Like maybe from the dollar store, or like the wasabi tape kind of thing. This like sort of the masking tape-ish vibe, but smaller. And basically what you do is you take a little strip of that, just like that. Let's see if I can do this here. You take it, and what I like to do is I will line it with my bottom lash line, and then kind of figure out where do I want that line to go. And then I press down, kind of right along that edge to make sure it's there. Now, the problem with what I've just done is that I have already done my full face. So when I pull this off, it's going to rip some makeup off, which is why I suggest using not a great tape. This is pretty good tape, because I use it for work things sometimes. But yeah, so one thing you can do, and I'll just go ahead and with this side, I'll use a pencil so that you can see. It doesn't matter if you're not comfortable with a liquid yet. You don't have to dive right in. Where did you go? I totally there it is. I was like, I took the time to sharpen this stupid thing earlier. It better be ready. But I did a really crappy job sharpening it. This is the Urban Decay's 24/7 gel eyeliner, or eyeliner pencil. And so one thing that you can do, let's see if I can go down here, is you kind of pick where you want it to start. And then kind of just make a pretty basic line. But this edge here is going to be really forgiving. So you can draw on that side there. And so I'm just going to very lightly go along the top. Another thing you could do is if you have this cool little brush, let's say you don't really quite like the edge here, you can go in and kind of press the product in, kind of spread it around the way you want it to be spread. See here? Oh God. Oh God, what have I done? Oh no. Okay. Well, I tried. But yeah, so then I take my little brush here, and I just kind of use it to very gently go along that line, kind of even it out. And like I said, this was the way I've done it for a really long time. And then, just take that little sucker off there. You can see that it peeled off a bunch of my makeup. But it gives you a friggin' sweet line. Come on. That was that took me not very long at all. I do think I messed up right here though. There we go. And that's why, like I said, if you're a newbie and you're a beginner, this little sucker right here, I swear, it's always about the brushes. I can make almost any product work with the right brush. Now, once that you've pulled that tape off, I would just go back with there's a little bit of residual powder on this brush to go on. I'm a little bit shiny in general right now. But, yeah, so that's with an eyeliner pencil. That's not with a liquid eyeliner, because yeah, they are definitely intimidating. I didn't use a liquid liner for a long time. A long time. But that being said, I lost the lid to this. Oh God, I found it. Just kidding. That being said, if you are you know what, I want to just try it. I just want to see how it goes. There's other little cheats that exist out here in the world. This little guy right here, I don't even see the brand on it anymore, is how old it is. I got it off of Wish, and this thing is fantastic. So if you'll notice, there are two ends to this. If I can get it off. One looks normal, like a normal eyeliner end here. The other end looks like that, like a little point. And I personally love this thing as well, for in the mornings when I'm in a hurry and need to get ready really quickly. I don't have to worry about placement on my eye. I can just go, you know what, all right, cool, we good to go. I usually do the little pointy end first, stamp it on. I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna do that on my hand, I think. So typically what I'll do, let's see here, is I will stamp, just like that. Once I've done my first stamp on my eye where I want it, usually about right here. You can also, to help with placement too, oops, wrong side. If before you go in to do your line, if you figure out where you want that to hit, so, and then just make the tiniest little mark. I don't even think you can see it on my screen. Belle, stop.
I just want a hug.
Okay, I'll give you a hug, but you can't get in my lap. You need to go play. All day. But yeah, so then, like once I've made my little line here, I actually go right back on top of my line and I follow along the bottom of my eye. So let's just pretend I'm following along the bottom of my eye. And then, this is really hard to do backwards. This is probably not the best way to do this. Yeah, this is not the best way to show this because I can't flip it. But yeah, this little doodad. Yeah, I think that's called an eye stamper. Like, I think that it's like an eyeliner stamp. And it works really well. So, 2 ways so far. Tape trick and stamp trick. Makes it super easy, super quick. The other thing that is kind of helpful is just kind of knowing what's out there with eyeliner in general. So there's brush eyeliner that has a small, tiny, super tiny brush in it. I am garbage with that. I can't do it. So I don't buy it. I've got one here. This is by NYX, NYX. It is actually a tiny, tiny brush. I don't know if it's gonna focus, but it is a super teeny tiny brush with actual little bristles. I love the way this looks, but I have the hardest time getting it to look right. So usually what happens is I do one line, like with my cheat line, and then I go back over it with a more pigmented liquid, so that I know exactly where I want it to go. So that's brush style. This is one kind of brush style. And out of all the brush styles, this is probably my favorite. I don't actually have a brush that's just a brush style that's just black. I have glittery ones, because of course I do. So this is like another brush style type thing. You can kind of see how it's like a tiny little brush. It's got little bristles to it and stuff. For funsies, let's just do a little bit right there, just to make it fun. And that's pretty much all I use my glitter liners for, is like over the top of my liner. I think my Wet n Wild that I just got too is also that kind of a brush. Yeah, a lot of the glitter liners are this kind of brush. Let's just do some more black. Let's just do some more glitter. Might as well. Might as well put more glitter on it. I'm also wearing a Wet n Wild black lipstick that I got. I did not own a black lipstick before this year. I got blue, I got purple, I got like deep red. I have like every nude that exists. But I'd never had a black, and I'm kind of digging it. Especially for Halloween, especially for spooky season. But yeah, anyways, back to eyeliner. The brush style, not my favorite, not what I would normally go with. What gets me all the points is a felt tip liner. Now they make so many different styles now. So they've got like a little tube like this, where you unscrew it, and it's just felt on the bottom, just a very fine tip here. Very fine tip. They've got pencil looking ones, I guess you'd say, where it's a felt tip, but it's more like a marker almost. I find these very helpful because I feel like I'm it's easier for me to pretend like I'm writing than doing makeup. But again, if all else fails, just cheat it. Just use a cheat. Ain't no shame in that. I cheat. I've got this one that's really fun, but I try to find ones that have a very, very fine point. And I feel like that is most helpful because I've got some that have really like fat marker parts here, like this sucker. This is really hard to use. Like, you can always start little and make it a bigger line. You can't really make it a big line and then like make it smaller. Like, so for my little eyes, like, this is fun, but it's not very helpful. I definitely have used this with the tape trick though, because then I can get that fine line at the end there. But yeah, so I'll do one without the tape. Actually, I'll go ahead and show you my stamper one because I feel like that is the most user-friendly thing that I have really found. So back to my cheapo, like I said, I found this on Wish. And while I don't really use just this eyeliner when I use it, it really serves as a good guide. I'm gonna try to move my helpful mirror over here. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I figured it'll be easier. Whoop, there we go. I figured it'll be easier to, oh God, that almost ended badly. Okay, so basically what I do is I find kind of where I want to put my stamp, pop it in there, and then I kind of open my eyes and I'm like, okay, is that even? Pretty much. It's pretty close. I can work with it from there. So once I've done the stamp side, put that down. Once I've done the stamper side, take the regular side and kind of start to figure out where I want that line to go. Oh God, I may have effed up. So you're kind of making a tiny triangle. Yeah, I kind of effed up. And I just go really slow. Oh, these are not, okay, these are not too far off. I didn't completely screw this up. So I start on this side, I do this end, and then I go back in the center, and I start very, very small, very, very light, and kind of work my way across until they meet. And as you can see, I've got a little gap here. Once I've got that gap, I just kind of go in and press the eyeliner marker part, the felt tip part, in there to kind of hide it up. And that's pretty much how I do it. They're pretty even. So two different ways that I've figured out how to do it. Like I said, this little sucker has been the best dollar on Wish I've ever spent. It has lasted me a really long time. Like I haven't had to buy a new one of these, and I bought this like probably 3 years ago. They look a little different right now, but just in case you're just joining, this one has glitter on the top to show like the brush kind of thing. I'll go ahead and make them even. So like I said, oh God. Oh God, okay. I'm just using my phone camera, and that was probably a dumb idea, but it's okay. It's okay. But that's kind of how I do it. Yeah, I kind of jacked it up just now. But yeah, it doesn't have to be that hard. So yeah, I don't know if anybody's got any questions or like eyeliner questions or like honestly just any other kind of question. That's pretty much how I do it. I try to keep it simple. So, my 2 cheats, good old tape, and a $1 Wish eyeliner stamp. But dual-ended side. They do make some that have like hearts and stars on the stamp side, and I've kind of wanted to get those too because I can't do anything crazy after that. I'm not good at any kind of fancy eyeliner type stuff on myself. This this is what you get. This is what it do. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I don't think this has been a very long video. Maybe it has been. Maybe it's not been. I don't know. But if you wanted to know how to do it, now you know how I do it. It's not that hard. Yeah, it's anybody can do it. It's super easy. Tape or my little stamper. My little stamper friend. So yeah, that's it. That's what's going on. What's going on with you? What's going on, internet world? Yeah. Nothing really is going on right now. I think that's pretty much it. This was very short. Anybody happening on? I don't know if it's supposed to tell me if people say things. I can't tell. I can't tell what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, I don't know. If anybody's saying anything, it's not showing me anything, so I apologize if anybody's saying something or asking a question and I'm not responding to it, because I'm not seeing anything pop up. But that's it. That's how you do it. Yeah. That's all I got. That's all it came with. That's all I have. And I had already done my makeup, so we're already like partway through the part that takes a long time. I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So, cool. Well, for anybody that joined, thanks for joining. For anybody that feels like they can do it now, go ahead and do it and take a picture and feel free to share it with me so I can be like, you did it, way to go you. Yeah. I guess I got another trick or tip or something. Don't feel like you have to do black. Maybe that's my vibe. But I've definitely seen people do like a dark brown and it looked really cool. Like I've got some dark brown here. I've seen people do colors. So I don't have a lot of bright fun colors, but I do have this weird dark, it's like a brush type. It's a really weird, I don't know if it's showing very well. It's like almost like a red, burgundy, brown eyeliner color, and it's a liquid eyeliner. I've used it before, and it's pretty fun. I think it's actually supposed to be for like stage makeup and stuff. But yeah, you can do these tricks with different colors. So if you're like, you know what, I feel adventurous, I want to do a teal or a blue or a white. I've seen people do white and it looks really cool. Or you can, honestly, you can do this trick with like an eyeshadow base and a dark eyeshadow or a colored eyeshadow you like. If you get your white down and then pat using that special brush, this guy right here, you can make like a liner effect with like a cool color. I've done that before too. And you can do that on the bottom, you can do that on the top. But this is just my little tricks for this particular kind of popular style right now. Yeah. I think that's it. I think that's all the things I can think of now. But, yeah. If you have any questions, if you've got a makeup thing that you're like, I don't know how to do that thing, I probably know how to do it. And if I don't do it like a pro, I at least have like a tricky way of doing it. So, yeah, feel free to share what you want to try to do, what you don't know how to do, and we can do it. You can do it. Yes, you can. You can't not do it. You gotta try. Life's too short. Try to do weird things. Do weird stuff. Yeah, that's it. All right. Cheers, friends. Talk to you later. Thanks for joining.